everybody, welcome back to Financial Freedom. Today I got three amazing growth stocks for you to invest in come 2024. I'm going to be sharing all the details with you shortly and letting you know which stocks those are. If you could please share this video with friends and family, and subscribe down below. It really helps out the next person to become more financially free. Let's go ahead and get into the video, guys. All right, so the first stock that I recommend buying or investing in 2024 is going to be Google. So Google is one of my top stocks to buy now because Google is an AI powerhouse that has the ability to change the entire world. Google's stock price is currently up about 48% for the year, creating over $500 billion in value for its shareholders. I recently purchased shares in this company after the release of the new AI model Gemini. Gemini essentially is being built as a GPT killer. Gemini is a multi-model AI model, meaning you can talk with it, create video, with speech, with text, with images, and it can output all those same formats. It is also one of the first AI models that actually outperforms human experts on massive multitask language and understanding tasks, which basically means that Gemini is more intelligent than every other AI model out there. But you don't need to invest in a stock just because of one of its products. However, why Gemini is so important to Google's future and indirectly to the entire future of technology Google makes. Google makes money in two major ways. One way is through advertisements, and another way is through recurring business services. So one of Google's main sources of income is obviously through YouTube, which they own, and they run a ton of ads on it. I know a lot of people are complaining with how long the ads are seeming to run on videos now, and I 100% agree with you. So I'm happy you guys are all here, and just so you know, I do not put any ads whatsoever on my videos as of yet. My main goal right now is to just help bring my services to you guys to help you become more financially free. Okay. Google also makes money and revenue on their advertisements on platforms like Google. Their second source of revenue is through their Google Cloud platform, which is where they sell cloud services to enterprises and small businesses alike. Of course, I'm simplifying a bit here, but overall, I think you get the point. Now, in the ad space sector, Google is definitely a leader, but in the Google Cloud space, they're actually quite a bit smaller than their two main competitors, which is currently AWS, which owns 33% of the market, while Google Cloud Platform only owns a little bit over 10%. This is an area that I would love to see them grow in because it reduces their dependence on advertising. And Gemini is really going to be the tip of the spear for that strategy. So let's say a company signs up for Gemini, but they want to use it for an application where they look at an image of a car and figure out if there's any defects. Well, once they sign in on Gemini, it's going to be a lot easier for them to continue using other Google services like Google Cloud, Computer Engine, and they could sign on for more and more of these services as they get embedded. So even if Google didn't make any money on Gemini, they would make so much more money on the back end just by getting their foot in the door with these big companies. And this is a time where everybody is focused on generative AI and chat GPT. Google coming from behind and not only catching up, but surpassing the other cloud providers is going to have a huge impact on their future services. All right. Let's see why Datadog is going to be the big dog of 2024. All right, so getting into Datadog, this is also one of my top growth stocks to invest in heading into 2024. Datadog is a company that unites companies' applications, infrastructures, and their security all through what they call a single pane of glass, making it so that people running the business can see what is happening in their business through the lens of data. Now, 20 years ago, that might have been where the story ended. You would have a nice dashboard that would help you make decisions, and that would kind of be all. But in today's world, data is the new oil. And when we think about oil, yes, we know it's valuable, but it's also a lot of work to actually use that oil. So for anyone that's ever worked in an oil field, you know that oil is very valuable, okay? But it's also a lot of hard work to pull that oil up out of the ground. Because once you do, it doesn't just stop there. You have to refine it. You have to ship that oil out to different places all around the globe, and you have to turn it into a useful end product. And data works much in the same way as oil does. So we're in a world now where between all the IoT devices, cloud infrastructure, and generative AI, that we have more data than we know what to do with. Gathering the data is no longer the valuable part. The valuable part now is refining that data and turning it into useful insights for your business. And Datadog is absolutely killing it in this space. Datadog is a leader in Gartner Magic for application performance, monitoring the observability and competing only really with New Relic and Dynatrace. Datadog is also a leader in AI ops, which is a new developing field for creating data pipelines that can be AI. I think I did that country accent a little too much. Sorry about that. This has resulted in the companies growing their revenue by 25% in their most recent quarter to a run rate over $2 billion a year. But even more importantly, Datadog is now shifting from a purely growth focus to a growth with profitability focus, which seems to be working. Now, if we go ahead and look at a chart here, okay, Datadog obviously focusing on a growth with profitability has really been working out for them well. Datadog has increased their net income by over 187% year over year to 22 million this quarter when they were losing money just a year ago. And this kind of reflects the changing times right now. The market is rewarding profitability with growth way more than it would if it was just growth by itself. And at all costs, Datadog is being prudent and shifting some of their focus to making more money. And the market has responded by increasing the stock price by over 70% year to date and created $2 billion in new value just this year for its investors. So for all those reasons, Datadog is on my top 3 growth stocks to invest in come 2024. Stock number 3 to invest in come 2024 is going to be, you either love it or you hate it, SOFI. Look at SOFI's beautiful advertising. That's one thing I really got to give it up to this company. They really just have beautiful advertisements, great commercials, all that good stuff. So SOFI massively increased their profitability to a staggering $98 million in their most recent quarter. SOFI is creating the future of banking, merging the old-fashioned slow banking industry with the technology industry as one of the fastest growing fintech companies in the world. Their stock price has more than doubled this year to a current market cap of just under $10 billion. I currently own a few hundred shares of this company myself. The reason I bought into SoFi is because the company is able to make money in 3 basic ways. The first is their lending segment, where they offer student loans, personal loans, and home loans. Now, this area is the cash cow of the business. The second way they make money is they also offer and have financial services. Services such as the SoFi app, the SoFi Money Market Account, and SoFi Invest. These services are heavily consumer-focused applications. The third way that SoFi makes money is through their technology platform, which is what they're calling the AWS of FinTech. It's a series of technology tools that they use to run the business, and they do such a good job with this technology platform that even their competitors like Robinhood run off of SoFi's technology platform backbone. Yes, you heard correctly. Robinhood, one of SoFi's major competitors, is actually running off the backbone software platform that SoFi uses. You're doing something amazingly well when your biggest competitor is using your services just to try to keep up with you, okay? That is a big, bold statement. It really reminds me of when, General Motors asked to borrow Tesla's charging technology because they could just not come up with a way to compete with Tesla. So I really think SoFi is very innovative and creative with the technology that they're using. And I think it's going to be perfect for this younger generation to really get on board with this kind of platform. So SoFi's ecosystem, personally for me, is actually where I see the most potential for this company. So the way that SoFi works is they land a customer using something like the SoFi application, which you could download on your phone or computer. Then they're going to use that relationship to offer more value to the customer if they open up a checking account. SoFi can, at that point then see, hey, you have a big credit card payment going on every month. Maybe you should sign up for a personal loan at a lower interest rate, or try using SoFi Relay to track your finances a little better. Or maybe you want to start investing for your future. So each time SoFi adds a new product that is automatic profitability that doesn't have to be spent acquiring a new customer. And the best part about SoFi's customers is they love it because all their services work better together. I've used the analogy before that SoFi is building their own walled garden. It's a very similar approach to what Apple has done, right? So Apple in a way has a very similar ecosystem. So with Apple, they obviously started off with computers and then they, went up to phones and now they have televisions. There's even rumors about them having their own vehicles one day. So Apple is doing a lot. They have Apple Pay, so they've entered the fintech space. So SoFi is almost identical to Apple, but the difference is that SoFi is having their ecosystem built within the fintech space primarily, whereas Apple is more geared toward the technology side of things, right? So with SoFi's similar approach to having an ecosystem that Apple has, I think it's going to make them very difficult to compete with. Now, I'm a no BS kind of guy. I'm not going to say everything is going to be smooth sailing with this company. We're currently facing headwinds from a lack of student loan demand coming off a long student loan pause. Plus, the high interest rates we're seeing now is not helping the situation either. We're also not seeing a lot of home mortgages get made right now with the housing market performing terribly. On top of that, the company has decided to shut off their crypto services. However, what I do find most impressive is that SoFi has doubled their stock price, all while facing these challenges. As SoFi matures and builds their image as a real trusted brand, they're going to become more and more like the Apple of banking. They also have a massive opportunity in front of them in the form of their financial services productivity loop, which might sound kind of complicated, but it's basically an infinite engine of growth operating from within the company. For all of these reasons, this is why SoFi is in my top 3 growth stocks of 2024. Hey everyone, I hope one of these stock plays caught your eye and hopefully you learned a lot about these companies as well. I spent a couple hours doing research and really trying to find the best list possible for you. I also have some more stocks to list out. I might have time to do that on Monday. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday and a great Christmas. Again, if you could just like this video, share it to your friends, and subscribe to the channel, it really helps me out a lot. I hope you guys have a great holiday season and be safe out there.